Okay, hello everyone. So in the last videos we were discussing about the introduction of commerce regarding business studies and accountancy for PUC first year students. So let us discuss, dear students. As you all know, the main intention of the business is to earning the profit. So to reach that desired destiny of earning profit, we are conducting the business. So business for the sake of earning income, but that should be in the form of legally. So in the last class, dear students, we were discussing some business transactions, something regarding business transactions. So in Kannada language, ವಹಿವಾಟು ಅಂತ transactions, business transactions. So ಇದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ರಿಯಲ್ account, nominal account. So whenever you are going to say this is the business transactions, we need all the three the classifications of accounts. So any one among these three is absent. If there is absent, so we cannot say it is the business transactions. So dear students, in the last class, so I have given one example, transactions between, say for example, there is a transaction between A and B. Here A is the giver, B is the receiver. I am just assuming like this. A is the giver, B is the receiver. In the form of business, we can say Mr. A is the giver in the sense A is the seller, B is the receiver means B is the purchaser. So A and B, there is a transaction that is in the form of, that should be in the form of business transactions. So A is the seller to B for earning income. The reason is to earn income, but it may be a income or loss, but there is the intention, there must be the intention of earning income. So here A sells certain commodities or certain goods to B. It does mean that A is the seller, B is the purchaser. A sells goods to B for earning income. This is the reason. The reason is here, reason to earn income, but it may be income or loss. That stands on the result. Result, it may be a pass or fail. Result, it may be a profit or loss. So but there must be the reason. There must be the intention is to earn a profit. So you being the students, dear students, for the example, you being the students, your intention is to get pass, to become pass for existing classes. So your intention will not be to get the result in the form of failure. So your intention is to get good score. Your intention is to become a rank holder. But we cannot say at present what it will be. So that is the reason we can see it is the result. Similarly, in the business intention is to earn income. Intention is to earn income, but we don't know at present. How much. So we are going to earn the income. That is called, it is the result. So what we cannot say at present regarding the income, or it may be a loss. So that comes under the nominal. Look here, A is the seller, B is the purchaser. A sells goods to B. A sells goods to B for earning income. Say for example, in this transaction, we can see these three classifications. I will tell you one by one. So The presence of personal account is there. It is here. A and B are here. A is the seller, B is the purchaser, or you can say A is the giver, B is the receiver. Second one, real account. Real things must be there. So what is that? A sells goods. A gives goods to B. What he gives? Goods. So that is the reason the things are present here. So the third one, the third intention, it is the nominal account. Reason for this activity. So its main reason is to earn income. We don't know what will in the future. So whether it is income or loss, but their intention it is to earn income, that comes under nominal account. In this transaction, we can interpret, we can represent all the three classifications. One is personal, another one is real, and the third one is nominal. Then only we can say it is the business transaction. We can say it is business transaction. In similar, dear students, say for example, Raju and Lata. In the last example, I have given these two names. Raju and Lata are two persons. Two people are here. Here, Raju gives to Lata. It may be one book. Raju is the giver, but Lata is the receiver. But they are not the seller and buyer. Why? Because Raju is giving a book to Lata in the form of gift. So in the form of gift or in the form of other than earning income, that is not the business transaction. So we can find in this transaction two persons. One is thing, that is real thing, but third one we cannot find here, that is nominal account. So what is that? Their earning income, it is not here. That is the reason we cannot say it is the business transactions. Okay, dear students, keep in mind this is very simple common sense. That's what I said while starting the business study or accountancy for you people. At the beginning stage, there must be the intention of earning income. Okay, dear students, to become commerce students, as I said, we must have some common sense. That is the reason. So I have represented here one example for business transactions. So if you are going to say it is a business transaction, there must be three classifications of account. So once again, in brief, dear students, I would like to represent here. Whenever we are going to conduct one business transaction, there must be the people. If there is no person, if there is no people, so we cannot transact the things between any else. So there must be a people for conducting the business, for conducting business transactions, I can say. Then second thing, that is things. Things, as I said earlier, real things. Real things, not an imaginary things. So we can say real things must be there. Whenever we are conducting the business transactions between the people, there must be a thing. Whenever the person gives to another person, so what he is giving, the things presentation must be there. Then the third one, that is intention of earning income. Intention of earning income, it is quite different from the result. In the form of result, we cannot say, so it is the profit, it is the loss at present only. But in the future we are expecting for earning income, but it may be an income or it may be a loss. So that is the reason we can see it is what we don't know at present about the future. We can say it is nominal. Like this, dear students, we are classifying the accounts. We are classifying the accounts for conducting the business transactions. So with this we can say nominal means it is result regarding income or loss. Okay. Like this, dear students, we are conducting business transactions. So let us discuss a few examples. So we can say, see here, so we are maintaining books of accounts for people. So it is called personal accounts account. So in the last class we have discussed. So if we are recording transactions regarding things, that to real things, so we can say real accounts. The third one is nominal accounts. So altogether we can say these are the classification of accounts. One is personal account, second one is real account, third one is nominal account. Okay, dear students, one by one, what exactly personal account includes? Similarly, what exactly real account includes? So the third one is what exactly nominal account includes. I will dictate one by one here. So look here. First one is personal account. Persons can be divided into three sub-units. One is physical person. Physical person means Raju, Lata. So you can say some other Kiran, Basavaraj. So these are the examples for a physical person. I and you are the physical persons. Then the second unit, that is legal person. Second unit, that is legal person. The one is physical person, the second one is legal person. What are the legal persons? Say for example, one institution, one association, one society, one organization, so on and so forth, one partnership firm, one company. Overall, we can say it is a legal person. Say for example, our Konnoor's College. It is the best example for legal person. Or you can say some more associations. Some legal persons, or you can say some what you call parties, associations, so on and so forth. Lions Club, Rotary Club, these are all the best example for legal persons. So legal persons are totally, dear students, as per the law, they are the artificial persons created by law, but not the real persons. They are an artificial persons, but they have legal existence in the society. The third unit, that is representative persons. Dear students, we are classifying the personal account in three sub-units. One is physical person, another one is legal person, the third one is representative persons. I have given what exactly the physical persons, what exactly legal persons, the third unit, what exactly representative persons. So now I am giving some examples for representative persons. Dear students, legal persons are an artificial person. To represent these legal persons, we need some representative persons. For example, you can say one college, the principal is a representative person for that college. So one society, so the chairman or the president are the representative persons for that legal persons. Like this, we can classify this personal account in the form of first one physical persons, I and you, we, Raju, Lata, Sudarshan, Kiran. So these are the examples for physical persons. So as I said, legal persons, societies, college, educational institutions, public libraries, charitable hospitals. These are the best examples for legal persons. Then the third one is representative persons are the chairmans, presidents. So these are the best example for representative persons. Similarly, dear students, I am going to classify this one, second one. That is real account. Real account. Second one, real account. How do you classify this? A real account. So the things are come under in real account as we have already discussed. Things means real things. Real things. What is the activity of things? Activities of things are one, what comes in. Second one, what goes out. What goes out. The activity of real things. When you purchase the things, it comes in. When you sell the things, it goes out. So rest of these activities, it cannot say, it cannot move anywhere. So if you purchase the things, it comes in. If you sell the things, it goes out. So like this, real account can classify like this: what comes in, what goes out, which are related to very important tangible things are classified like this: tangible things. Secondly, intangible things. What are the tangible things, dear students? Tangible things are the things which we can hold, which we can measure, which we can touch, feel, taste, so on and so forth. All the things are related to tangible things. Tangible things are which we can hold, which we can touch, which we can feel. So then intangible things are the things which we cannot touch, which we cannot hold, like this. So we can say them as an intangible things. Say for example, tangible things are here I am holding a marker. It is the tangible thing. So it is the duster. It is also tangible things. One is book. One more is the scale. Scale, it is also things which we can hold it. So these are the best examples for tangible things. So better examples for commercial terms: furniture, so equipments, computers. These are all the tangible things. Dear students, the examples for intangible things we cannot see them, we cannot hold them, we cannot touch them. So what are those? The good name, the reputation, the sound business connections. These are all the best examples for intangible things. So good name, it is also the best asset for the business. So whenever you are conducting the business, the reputation, the good name, it is very essential. It is the asset for those units, those business units. So that is the reason we can say them intangible things. The third one is nominal account. So here I am going to classify this nominal account like this. Nominal account, so as I have already discussed, what we don't know at present, so we can say them as a nominal. So result, it will be recognized after the certain examinations, after conducting some business examinations, some business transactions, we can get the result. So say for example, classifications of nominal. One is expenses or losses. Dear students, for conducting the business, we need to incur certain sum of money in the form of expenses. For conducting the business, or you can say for conducting some traveling journey, so you need to incur some expenses for your personal purpose. After fulfilling that journey, you can recognize, you will come to know how much I have spent the money for this journey. But at the beginning stage, you cannot say it will be my money, my expenditure. So similarly, in the form of business, while conducting the business, say for example, so in the morning session, I have conducted the business. At the beginning stage only, we cannot say that today's expenditure will be this much. What we cannot say at initial stage, that comes under nominal functions, nominal accounts. So loss is also resultant figure. Loss is also resultant figure. We don't know whether it is the loss, whether it will be the profit. So this kind of situation is called as result. Result comes under nominal. So then second one is incomes. Incomes or gains, can say as gains also. Incomes or gains are the excess of revenue over the expenses. So income, it is our expectation, it is our objectives, it is our intention of business. But we don't know in the future what will happen, whether it is the income or it may be a loss. That is the reason it comes under nominal account. Dear students, like this we can classify these business transactions in the form of personal, in the form of real, in the form of nominal. Even I have given a lot of examples for further classifications. So with this, I would like to conclude today's class. Thank you very much. In the next video.